What's up, everybody? Zach is back with another episode of Journey to $1 million. And yesterday was all right. Wasn't that bad for me? Semiconductors are up, tech is up, NASDAQ is up. Good old Triple Q. I love you. But hey, today is a new day, and we got that J. Powell speech coming up at 2:30 EST. So we'll see how that goes. I mean, I expect it's going to be pretty choppy waters, pretty choppy sailing. But hey, the write-up is up, so let's go ahead and take a look at it and jump right in. Yesterday, the SPY was pretty much even. NASDAQ was up 0.5 and Dow was actually down. Oil got killed. Energy got killed for the most part. But anyways, the CCIV was actually up 8.4%. We're going to talk about that more today. Roblox is, I think I'm breaking even on that one now, which is always cool to break even during a dip. So almost up 6.7, and then the NXC, this is the Canadian uranium play. It's been doing pretty well, but nevertheless, the cyclicals and the 10-year Treasury did pull back a little bit yesterday. Well, at least the 10-year did pull back at opening, but then it eventually kept going up little by little, while the tech and semis and everything else kept going down little by little. But that's just how it is. Getting closer to this J. Powell speech, it's going to be a little bit choppy, but hey, it is what it is. So, as said by Tom Martin, who is the senior portfolio manager at Global Investments, this Fed meeting is one of the most important ones for the market in a long time. It is the first we have had after the recent inflation rate rise and concerns about inflation. So this is going to be a biggie. Hey, but on the in other news, data showed that retail sales actually did drop in February, and it seems like those winter storms in Texas led to a plunge in U.S. factory output. So the industrials are down, retail is down. So that's pretty interesting. And like I said, money was flowing back into tech and growth, at least a little bit. I mean, Apple was up. Apple did well. We've been waiting for that. My leaps were up more than 10% yesterday. So it was overall was okay for me. My portfolio was up almost 1% yesterday. It did all right. I mean, it was a little bit choppy, and today is going to be a lot more choppy. At the time of this recording, we are going down, Captain. We'll see how it ends up. But the only order that I got filled yesterday was the eBong, which was the $10 put, 30-day sale expiration at $250. So that actually got filled. So we'll see how that goes. Probably it will do well, I suspect, because eBong is a bad company. You guys go ahead and check out the report, the video from yesterday, or go check out the blog, prostockadvice.com/blog, and check out the write-up from yesterday. Probably you guys already saw it, but just in case you didn't, go ahead and hit that up. And while you're down there, smash that like button 1,000,000 times, because we need to get to $1 million. But hey, anyways, the moment you've all been waiting for, what stock is going to 3x? Well, of course, all of these are obviously my opinions, but I have an opinion to share with you on Volkswagen. So I want to officially add this to my watch list for sure. I've been hearing a lot about this one lately. I mean, it's all over the news with EVs being really hot this past year. And man, just in the last couple of weeks, I've seen article after article about, oh, this is the next Tesla, or they're going to outperform Tesla, or they're going to catch up to Tesla, or just everything pretty much. Volkswagen is in the news, although I have seen some disappointing reviews about the ID.4, which is their fully electric, I guess, crossover SUV type of thing. It's not all that bad in my opinion, although it's a little bit disappointing. And I haven't seen one in person, I'm just going off of the reviews. But nevertheless, it's not anywhere close to Tesla. And in my opinion, the Chinese ones like Li, Neo, Xiaopeng doesn't make an SUV, but it's a pretty nice car. I'm going to the Xiaopeng store later this week. But anyways, gonna go test drive a Xiaopeng. It's a really weird name. They should change that, but anyways, so yeah, I think that just overall, this, and keep in mind, this Volkswagen, they own Audi, they own Porsche, and a lot of the German cars, which are very nice. And just living in China, I've seen a huge push towards for like these German cars actually electrifying and adding a lot more choices when it comes to electric vehicles. I mean, keep in mind the range is not there for most of them, and a lot are plug-in hybrids, but still you can see that they're making a big push, which unfortunately I wish that Ford or GM would, specifically Ford, and Ford has done a pretty good job with their Mach-E Mustang, but I'm not really the biggest fan of that for some reason. I would prefer more of a Lordstown pickup truck. I mean, I think that one's really cool, or one of the Rivian SUVs. I forgot the model, but one of the Rivian SUVs. I think those look really cool. The Mach-E Mustang is just kind of weird because it's a Mustang, but it's not. I mean, I don't know. But I wish that they would make a bigger and better effort to push towards electrifying every single one of their vehicles, which probably Porsche is going to do. But nevertheless, we'll see how that goes, of course. And so anyways, I set a target price of actually $90 on this one. And the current price is only 32.75, and we'll see how it does. But just in the last couple of weeks, this has been going up a lot. I mean, we're up 100% in only a month or two. So, you know, they're feeling it. And the profit to earnings it's still not very high. I mean, obviously compared to Tesla, it's not high at all. But I think we could see it go up 3 times profit to earnings. So I think overall, with all the hype surrounding electric, and Germany, the government has put out that by 2030, all the cars should be all the new cars should be electric anyways. So this is definitely going to happen, and I think that it will feel some gains in the stock. So yeah, I'm going to enter around less than $35, price target of $90. I think that shouldn't be a very big deal. It's like 1.5, 2 times profit to earnings. I think we can see that for sure. I put a risk of 4 because this is Volkswagen after all, and a time frame really long. So, you know, I would consider lowering this one, but just because it's gone up so much, like more than 100% in the past month or two. So, you know, I mean, just imagine it was literally at $15.40 was the lowest on this graph that I drew out, and that was in November. So, you know, it's doubled since then. But nevertheless, that's pretty much what I think about it. I mean, overall, I think it's a good buy. We cannot buy this one on because it's on the European exchanges, so you have to find a broker that will allow the OTC trading. And keep in mind the volume might be a little bit low because this is not trading on the American exchange, like New York Stock Exchange. But yeah, just keep that in mind. The volume might be a little funky, but since this one is so hyped right now, I feel like it's in the news almost every other day. I read about this one, so it should be fun. And the next stock is FLGT. Fulgent Genetics is a technology company providing comprehensive testing solutions through a scalable platform. They provide physicians with clinically actionable diagnostic information to improve the quality of patients' care. Fulgent Genetics announced that the U.S. Centers for Disease Control, that is the CDC, they've actually awarded this company a contract to provide genomic sequencing samples of the COVID on an ongoing basis. So I mean, basically what that means is the CDC is they've struck a deal, and they will be running tests, and this company will be studying it and try to improve the patient care, the quality of the patient care. And so this one is pretty interesting, and it is a genomics company. So this is also pretty hot right now. For example, the ARC-G or whatnot. Price target I put $150. Entry is 105. I put a risk of a level 4. Time frame 3 to 5 months. Currently it's trading around 109. We'll see though. It's right around the 50-day moving average. So I think this one most likely will keep trading right around the 50-day over the next couple of months. Maybe get up to the 150. But if I do something with this one, it would be a vertical spread, most likely, to save the capital, because I don't want to put too much into a position like this. Although the genetics is really big, and if they can if they do fulfill their contract with the CDC to provide the genomic sequencing of samples of the SARS-CoV-2, which is COVID-19. Because they do have the NGS capabilities, and that's what's special about this company is the next generation sequencing. But anyways, give it a quick Google, and you can find a lot of interesting information. And actually, since this one, they got awarded this, which was only yesterday, or the day, actually at the time of this recording, the day before. And it hasn't really pumped up very much because yesterday a lot of things were pulling back. So I think this could be a really good time to get in it. But like I said, for me, I would save my money, probably get into a vertical spread, maybe a 110, 120 type of vertical spread, something like that. But anyways, I think this one is a pretty good pick. And then the next one that I want to mention is CCIV, which is, of course, the SPAC that's merging with Lucid Motors. And man, oh man, this one got beat down. When it was actually announced that they are merging with Lucid, this one just lost almost half of its value. And then then the dip started. This transition into the cyclicals away from growth. And this is obviously a growth stock and also a SPAC, so it's even more risky. But once that started, it just bled off. And if you're new to my channel, go ahead and smash that like and subscribe. But for the OGs and for the people that have been around for a while, you know that we've been talking about this one for a while. I've been saying buy this one around 24. But actually, even before, you can see my buy zones here. I just moved this buy zone from around this 50-day moving average because it actually passed that last week, 2 weeks ago. But we've been talking about this one for a while. We rode it all the way up. And I was even recommending taking profits around 50, 55, 60. I was like, get out of it, because for the SPACs, what we want to do is we want to buy the rumor and sell the news. So when the news came out that they were merging with Lucid, it's kind of time to get out of it. And so I feel pretty confident calling this one, when to get in, when to get out. It's worked out pretty well so far. So anyways, but we'll see how that goes. But I think most of you guys already know all about Lucid. And again, this company is supposed to have wheels on the roads later this year. So I think this is a no-brainer. It's just so cheap right now. I mean, this is easily, in my opinion, it's easily going to get back to the $50 level. And it was at 65 just a month ago. So it's not less than a month ago. So it's not all that far-fetched. So yeah, for this one for me, I would probably save money and also do maybe a vertical spread, maybe around a 40, 50, something like that, a 45, 60 maybe, something like that. But nothing crazy because I don't need unlimited upside for this one. So I think a vertical spread would make the most sense on this. And then last but not least, my all-time favorite is the SOXL. And if you don't like the 3X's, then just focus on the SOXX, or also shaking my head, SMH. But yeah, it's not a secret that semiconductors are doing very, very well. Not to mention there is a global shortage of semiconductors. And even yesterday, SOXL was up 4% while everything else was bleeding off the entire day. At one point, I think it was up 8-9% yesterday. But this is a pretty powerful one, and it was my best performer in 2020 in my buy and hold portfolio. But, I mean, obviously, there's a semiconductor shortage, and SOXL was a 3x leverage semiconductor ETF. So just go do the math. And a lot of companies are starting to feel this shortage. For example, Tesla is delaying the deliveries, as well as NIO. They don't have enough chips to make their cars. So, I don't know. I just think this is such a no-brainer. I think this is the biggest no-brainer ever. But keep in mind, this is not for especially the SOXL is not for the faint at heart. It does take some dips. And believe it or not, this dip that we have experienced as of late this month, that was bigger than the COVID one. Now, not that much, but the slope was a lot steeper. It went down a lot faster, and it went down more than the one in March from the COVID-19, the initial one. So, I mean, just imagine. Just think about that. The one that we've gone through right now, it's a pretty big one, guys. So, what's my point? Is my point, oh no, that's horrible. I don't want to invest in something that can just take that much of a dip. Well, yeah, I mean, for sure, that's a good point. But in the other way that I like to look at it is, it's a really good opportunity to buy right now, because I don't see this not reaching all-time highs in probably 2 to 3 months, I would say. give us some time. No need to say next week, although it, it could be possible after that J-Powell speech, but we'll see. Hopefully he comes out and says, everything's fine, guys, nothing to see here. But we all know how those go. The things start to get all nervous and sell off right before the speech. But anyways, so the SOXX, SOXL, for example, these are comprised of companies like AMD, Nvidia, Intel, Taiwan Semiconductors. These companies are not going anywhere. The demand for semiconductors and computer chips and whatnot is only going to go up. So yeah, I just think this is the easiest one to buy. Just buy it, hold it, don't look back. It's almost passing the 50-day moving average, which is a pretty big deal. Because it was headed down towards the 180, and now it's almost back up past the 50. Obviously today it's gonna take a dip. So do your own risk assessment, but it could be a very good time to buy it today actually, because I'm pretty sure I think it's already down like 5-6% when I'm making this video. But hey, it's just like that. Some days it's also up 9-10%. I think one day we saw it last week. It was up like 15% one day, which is crazy. But just be prepared for a little volatility. It doesn't really bother me so much. Obviously I would rather it not do that and just always just go up to the moon. But that's not realistic, and I'm used to the volatility from my experience with Bitcoin and whatnot. But hey, anyway, that's it. That concludes today's video. So the risk, don't forget, is on a scale of 1 to 5. 1 is the lowest, 5 is the highest. Put most of the money in the 1s. Put the least amount of money in the 5s. Just play it a little bit safe. But anyways, guys, hit me up on Twitter, Discord. Smash that like button. Subscribe on YouTube. And if you're wondering what broker is best to use, I really do recommend Webull. I personally use it. I love it. It's had a lot of good news. It's got a lot of research tools, charting, and whatnot. I find it very helpful, and that was a notification right there from Webull. So I'm gonna have to get to it. I'll be trading today. Hopefully you don't mind my new schedule for posting these videos. I feel like I free up my time from the live streams, which usually take 2-3 hours, especially a little bit of preparation. It's a good 3 hours sometimes. So if I free this time up, then I can do better quality for posting on Twitter and for the write-ups and these videos and whatnot. But anyways, guys, I appreciate you always. Smash the like button, and I will see you guys on the other side. Peace.